Doctor Who fans across the universe for another Who Corner to Corner podcast. I'm Paul, I'm with Geoff, and also our very special guest, Big Finish writer, Lisa McMullin herself.
Back again.
Who joins us again. Lisa, how are you? You all right?
I'm good, thank you, yeah. It's nice to be back. I can't believe it's been over 2 years since last we did this. Like, I don't know what's happened in those 2 years.
Oh, good. There goes our first question. Yeah, February 2023 it was.
Yeah.
That's madness.
February 2023.
Hang on, so that was before... So we hadn't even seen any of the shooty stuff by that point?
No.
No, it was...
No, we hadn't.
No.
Yeah.
That's a whole
And there was a lot of stuff
ago.
you couldn't talk to us about, which might even have come out by now, actually.
Yeah.
Might have done, but I won't know which it was.
God, isn't that mad to think we've had an entire Doctor in that
Actually,
time?
two.
Well, yeah.
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 This is right. Yeah. 2 Doctors, or 1.5 and a...
Or maybe 3.
Sort of.
Depending on...
Yes.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, where are we at
Yeah.
now? Crikey.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, do you know what? That was episode 75 of our podcast. That was when we used to keep track on the numbers.
Wow.
Now we're on 200 and something. I don't know what it is. So there's a lot.
237, I think, actually.
237.
Yeah. I still number them in the folder in Dropbox when I put stuff in there. Yeah.
It's really interesting.
I'm going to keep an order on things.
Yeah, someone has to. It's Geoff, because I'm rubbish with that. I couldn't even file my own photographs in year order, let alone anything else. So I tend not to bother. So Lisa, what have you been up to since the last time we spoke to you? Then you've been very, very busy. Keep seeing your name on lots of lovely things.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Most of the stuff that has been released recently with my name on was actually stuff that I couldn't talk about last time we spoke. So the 13th Doctor, Call Me Master, which was definitely written 3 billion years ago. I think even the Fugitive Doctor hadn't been. Yeah, that was out this year as well. So So I've been up to things that I still can't talk about.
Do you know, I notice a pattern with Big Finish writers here.
I know,
yeah. And we spoke to Tim Foley a while ago, and he said basically the same. Yeah, I've done a load of stuff, can't tell you any of it, but in 2 years I'll be able to.
Yeah.
But we knew that the Fugitive Doctor stuff was recorded and written obviously quite a while ago, because I said this before on the podcast, but you may not have heard.
Dropping this in. I'm going to sit back here and drink my tea.
I went up to BBC to do a little bit of filming with Jo Martin to unveil her action figure, and she'd it'd been announced that she was going to return as the Fugitive, and I said, when's it coming out? She said, "Oh mate, I recorded that about 2 years ago. I don't know when it's coming out. If you find out, let me know." And then it was still quite some time after that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it came out.
It came out, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah. So it's really interesting how some stuff like the 13th Doctor stuff, I think, is coming out relatively soon after recording, although possibly written quite a bit before.
Yeah.
But then other stuff, we know that Tom Baker and Colin Baker and stuff, they've done stuff that we're hearing now that they recorded years ago. So I find that really interesting. I'd love to know the Big Finish catalogue of what's been done and what's to come, and how long ago things were recorded and all that.
I don't have access to important information. I only have vague knowledge of my own stuff. Sometimes I was just saying I can't remember quite when. So the 13th Doctor was out last week. I haven't listened to it yet because I've been away.
Oh, it's very good.
And I couldn't find my headphones to take with me, and my phone hasn't got plug-in socket, so I can only listen with these particular headphones. Couldn't find them anyway. So I'm hoping I can remember what it was about.
Otherwise, it could be a very short interview, couldn't it?
You can tell me. You can tell me what on earth's going on in it.
Did you hear? Have you heard an earlier edit of it, like without sound effects or something like that?
I've not.
Not at
and
all.
I wasn't even at the recording because I was. I can't remember where I was. I was somewhere else. Really annoyingly, I remember getting the message from Matt Fitton going, "This is recording. Can you come in?" And I was like, "No."
Yeah. Oh no.
So yeah, so that was really so I've heard the trailer.
It's a good trailer.
And I've read the script.
Well, that's good. That's good.
That's something at least. Well, there goes questions 5 and 6. Have you met Jodie and Mandip?
Yeah,
so we won't bother with that one.
I think. Sorry,
on,
Paul. Was it Tim when we spoke to him about Vampire Weekend? And I'm sure you won't mind me saying this, but we finished recording, and he said, "I'll just let you know that I haven't actually heard it yet." He said, "Obviously, I know what's happened," and he kind of made out as we were chatting that he'd heard it all. And,
Oh right, should I have done that? Should I have pretended?
Well, I mean,
too late now.
Yeah, But yeah, he basically said, he's been so busy as well that he hasn't had chance to listen to it yet. So,
and your own are not really. I think they are when you first start. They're a priority, but once you get used to hearing your own stuff recorded, and especially if you've been in the recording, other people's become more important to listen to because you don't know what's happening with them.
Yeah,
Like, I'll get to mine.
It gets them on in the end. Actually, that's probably true, actually, because I think, when we started this podcast, I would listen to every one of them straight back. Now it's like, well, it's gone, it's done, we've done it now. That's it. Where's the next one?
Yeah, it's true. We don't really listen back to it much, do we? No.
So when people ring in and tell us that the sound quality is rubbish on this, what have you done? It's like complete news to me. I have no idea. I just blame Geoff, to be honest.
Do you remember that you said this about something? No,
no idea. No idea what comes out of my mouth half the time. Anyways. But there you go.
Let's save it for Christmas because it's a Christmas themed one.
So do you know what?
I might just give it a couple of weeks and wait.
I listened again today. So my second time as I was driving to and from filming. No, I voluntarily did it, and I was thinking, this is quite Christmassy, and it's obviously come out now.
I mean, it's literally set at Christmas time, and there are Christmas carols in it. So I remember that.
Yeah,
there you go.
So 13 got her, Christmas adventure there.
And you know what? I didn't realise that at the time when I wrote it. It was because I wanted to tell a story about Eleanor of Aquitaine. That was my thing.
Right.
And then I remembered I'd seen the play, The Lion in Winter, with Joanna Lumley and Robert Lindsay at the theatre in London. Years ago, and I thought, I wonder if I could do a sort of riff on that. I didn't think, yay, 13th's first Christmas episode. Yeah. Somebody else pointed it out, and I went, yeah, excellent.
Yeah. So it thought it's come out at a good time, kind of to to lead in. But if anyone listening hasn't listened to it yet, I mean, do
it.
But if you save it until nearer Christmas, it's pretty apt for it.
It's going to be special.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody messaged me saying it made them feel a lot better about their own dysfunctional families because even though everybody's shouting at everybody else, nobody actually raises an army against anybody in their household.
There is that, yeah. Nobody invades another nation because of it or anything like that.
Yeah, it's the dysfunctional family elements of it. They're quite amusing in a way, and it's not overly kind of aggressive or anything. And then when we did our review for the audio, we looked up the history of everyone, and you've probably done this. So I went to Wikipedia, sort of trying to summarise it, and I was like, scroll. And these people had a hell of a lot going on in their lives, and so it could have been a lot more.
Yeah, well, we think our royal family is quite.
Yeah.
Apparently, they've always been like that.
Yeah.
They've always been crazy, man.
Yeah. So, how did this one come to you? Did the Big Finish team come and say, this is a sort of rough idea we've got, or did they say to you, we want you to do something for the 13 series? What ideas have you got? How did it all come about?
So it was we've got 13 and Yaz. What sort of a story do you want to tell? And I love historicals, and I love female centered, and especially with that TARDIS team. So it was a story I'd wanted to play with for ages in the Doctor Who universe, and these seemed the ideal characters to have a go at it with. So I pitched it to Matt Fitton, who took it to Noga, the producer, and off we went.
And they said, yeah.
That was it, yeah.
So, did you have any... was there any requirements to fit into the sort of the bigger picture? Because there's things with the tourist and stuff which Paul, you'd forgotten about, and I said, well, that was mentioned in Vampire Weekend. And when we reviewed it, we talked about the mirror, and I said I don't think there was any sort of explanation given to it of where it came from, but there is. I caught it today, Paul, when I re-listened. It's
you know, see someone about that.
Yeah, so it was there, but are these little things something that you had to kind of weave in a little bit?
So it's very light touch in the first few episodes, and it builds momentum as the series goes along. So I need to be careful how much I say. I give away massive spoilers. But I was aware that particular entity was having to be drip fed into these first few episodes, but you don't get we still don't really know much about them or what they're up to or what they want.
That's exciting. And then when we were chatting, I looked up Ride or Die, which is the next episode, and I said, because Paul, you'd said, well, maybe this tourist thing is just, it won't really be anything. I said,
just a flim flam.
I just look at the cast list.
No, it's
the tourist is there again. Yeah. So that's exciting that there's obviously a bit of an overarching.
It builds over all the stories.
Interesting.
Sorry, Paul. Go ahead.
I was going to say we had someone tweeting us earlier on today or yesterday or actually maybe it was recently. They were asking for a timeline for our review of Lionesses in Winter when we start talking about the tourist. They don't care about any of the other stuff. They just want to know, when can I jump into the specific point in the podcast where you start talking about your ideas for the tourist? That was it. That's what we're, so you can't say anything now, really, without people jumping in. Yeah. The amount of interest is massive. Absolutely massive it is.
I can't tell you anything about it.
But do you know?
Tune in now for no more information.
We got nothing for you.
I know exactly where it goes.
Okay. Did you know before you started writing it then? Did they kind of say, and you've got to put this in? Or was it like all before,
Yeah, so their producer and the script editor had already had a conversation, and then they have we had a Zoom with the writers. Oh, actually, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, we have a Zoom where they tell us the arc of the story. And then we were all sort of putting our hands up to say, well, I'd kind of like to do this kind of a story, and I'd like to do this. And, if you've got a burning desire to do a super outer space tale, then you can put dibs on it.
Right.
Dibs on it.
Yeah.
So if you had a bit of an idea already for Lionesses in Winter, how much sort of change did you have to do to make it work with the tourist requirements and to
that's all kind of light touch, isn't it? Really?
Not a lot. Because I knew that I wanted to explore the world. I didn't know the particular story that I wanted to tell until we'd had that meeting, and I knew what the whole shebang was going to be. So I knew the characters I wanted, and I knew I wanted to do it about this super dysfunctional family and drop the Doctor and Yaz into the worst Christmas ever. And I also knew I wanted to do a ghost story, a Christmassy ghost story, because I love those Christmassy ghost stories. I always love the Mark Gatiss stories that are on every year on the BBC. So that I knew the
whole vibe
I wanted to go for, but particularly the alien threat and how that would fit in until I started writing.
And did you have to do a lot of research, or did you know a bit about Eleanor of Aquitaine and that whole period before? Like I said,
I knew a fair bit because I just quite like researching famous and forgotten women in history.
I'd never heard of her before this.
I know, shocking. But everybody's heard of Richard the Lionheart, and everybody's heard of King John, and with all the Robin Hood mythology that is around them. and nobody knows about their mother.
Yeah, see, so when we did the review of this, I almost the opposite actually, because I mean, maybe just from my perspective, but I heard a lot about Eleanor of Aquitaine and knew a bit of the story, but who I didn't know about was Henry II actually, and you know Henry in fact most of the Henrys apart from what 4th, 5th, and then the 8th.
Many of them.
There's a lot of Henrys, you know. It's obviously one of the most boring names in history, but it's obviously one of the most popular. You know, what should we call this child? Call him Henry. I don't know. But but yeah. So I thought that was quite interesting because I think you made up a few characters as well that you could kind of play around with. So you can't really play too much with the established people, but there's a few of your own in there. People like Alice.
No, she's real.
No, she's real. Really?
Yeah, they're all real. I haven't
you heard it here
any
first.
Of the characters.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're all. So when you're saying you've made up a few of your own, I was thinking, I don't.
Did I?
I'm sure he was a real king.
Oh, that's pretty. That's even cooler, actually.
Yeah, they're all real. Even, and it's really hard to. Even the one which you really think shouldn't be real.
Yeah.
Is real.
It's real, really.
But you've got to really dig around in history to find reference to them.
Right, okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, you must have done like loads and loads of deep diving to pull all this stuff out.
Anything to avoid actually writing.
So basically, Lionesses in Winter is a result of mass procrastination, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, everything I ever write is a result. It's amazing anything ever gets recorded. Yeah, all the characters are real. Or, I mean, I might have played with them a little bit.
Slight embellishment, how did you find writing for 13 and Yaz? Because I think you captured the voices brilliantly, and I said to Paul, there was a number of moments that made me laugh out loud. You know, like, so I listened when I was in the car. You know, you're driving along and you laugh at something, and you think, I hope no one else has seen me going, you know, like this. But like a couple of bits of the we haven't got time for, you know, the EastEnders thing. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then the bit with the balaclavas and the jumpsuits, and I could just picture that on screen, and I just thought, oh, that's just brilliant. Even second time round listening, I was still laughing at that. So did it come quite easy to write them, or you know?
Got a bit of a soft spot for the Northern Doctors because, you know, being from the North myself,
I'm from the North,
and there's a rhythm to the way that they speak that I find really easy to drop into because it's the way that I speak as well. So yeah, I just I love and you can just hear them. There's something weird about the Doctor Who world and the characters is that I think they're permanently jabber away, and their voice. It's the way they're originally written on TV because you can just hear them so clearly, and that's the writing, and it's also the acting, and then what the actors bring to those characters. But yeah, they make it easy, I think.
So is it kind of like you're channeling it more than, you know, more than thinking about it?
It does feel like like you're just allowing them to communicate through you.
You are a conduit.
Receive them.
Clairvoyant way.
Yeah, I thought you captured it all brilliantly. Yeah. It was really
definitely
spot on for. So you mentioned Northern Doctor, so we'll talk about another Northern Doctor adventure that you've got coming shortly.
This isn't out yet.
No, it's soon. So you can
preview a little bit.
Hype it. We can hype it a little bit. Yeah. So when you were writing Lionesses, was there any sort of challenges or surprises that you encountered during the writing? You know, anything kind of, you know, trying to fit the historical truth in and that made it tricky in any way, or?
I really wanted this Christmas Carol in.
Is that the one that's out of time?
Yeah. And it's trying to, and then realising that an actor's got to sing it.
Yes.
Which then means that you've got to cast somebody who can sing and is willing to sing. Because it's not quite it's disjointed and not quite, and it's a very weird carol. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I've got it on an Annie Lennox Christmas CD, which is where I first came across it. And I play it every Christmas as I'm decorating the tree, and it terrifies me.
Yeah, maybe I've heard that.
I'm a little bit scared now.
That would be great for a...
Yeah,
that because the whole story kind of swings between sort of, quite jovial, kind of, sort of family drama, a bit of laughs, a bit of silliness, to them being
jarring is the phrase.
Is that the technical term? Yeah,
I was going to say that.
And then it's quite sort of unsettling and spooky, and then back again, and it's really nicely handled, the sort of switch between it all. But yeah, that bit with the singing is quite unsettling, isn't it?
Yeah,
so when you hear it, you'll you know what you were going for, then you'll hear it and you'll say, oh god, it'll give you chills, I think.
There's a little bit of it in the trailer, so I was like, okay, good, they've got it.
Yeah,
they got it. Yeah. Imagine that. The perfect place to hear that would be if you're, I don't know, just walking through a cemetery in the middle of winter with the snow falling, and you've got it on your phones. Yeah, that's
hideous.
Yeah.
If you like that kind of thing, I need
who doesn't?
Lights on.
Yeah, or going for a walk in a maze at night in the winter.
There's a lot of good stuff in there. Yeah. Right? We've got arboreal mazes, we've got mirrors, we've got mirror universes, we've got imaginary childhood friends who seem to be real. Honestly, it's like all this stuff is just piling in.
Every Doctor Who trope ever.
Yeah. So actually, that reminds me. So when we reviewed it, we talked a bit about there's a couple of 11th Doctor callbacks, the cracks in the universe and Amy and stuff, which was lovely. But the story's got quite a few sort of similarities in to It Takes You Away, with the mirror universe. And at one point,
said that was not remotely in my head when I was writing.
Right, okay, because I wondered if you were going to have the Doctor say, yes, we've sort of seen this kind of thing before. So
that would have been really clever and smart if I could think of that.
Yeah.
But see, that's one that went right over my head. It Takes You Away is one of my favourite stories, and I'm usually quite analytical when I look at these things for review, but I didn't even get it until Geoff pointed it out, and then I was gutted.
Well, neither did I until somebody pointed it out online. And
you wrote it.
Yeah, it's like take me away, but without the frog.
Yeah, cause at one point I was thinking we're going to end up with a frog on a chair at the end of this one, or in the middle of the maze or something. Yeah. So it was quite nice to have that sort of
accidental.
Yeah, a bit of a similarity to it, but also
like
completely
that's kind of
different in itself,
Yeah, that's kind of like Doctor Who through the ages, isn't it? You think we've got like 3 different versions of Atlantis because 3 different writers have thought, I'm going to do an Atlantis, not realising or forgetting that others have done it.
And it's a bit like Girl in the Fireplace.
Sinks into your subconscious and comes out without you realising that you're just stealing from the people that have gone before you.
So now we've had procrastination. Now we've got plagiarism. What else are we going to repeat? Can we have it? Pacing.
Oh yes, you commented on the pace as well, didn't you?
It's very fast. It was almost like it was finished before it not before it started, but it's like, oh my god, what's this? It just moves at a pace. It's frenetic almost, which is a good thing, obviously, before you look at me like you're going to kill me. So it's a very good thing.
I mean, I do write quite briskly. I'm always... I can hit a word count like nobody's business.
We've got plenty of experience of it now, for sure.
But I think part of that is Jodie's Doctor. It is just quick and frenetic and excitable, and therefore a bit like Matt Smith's. I find her the 11th and the 13th have a really similar energy and vibe to them, which I like, which is quite childlike and.
Yeah, you got that like with the rocking horse and things like that, and I love a rocking horse. And are you doing a story on the 11th Doctor set that's coming out soon?
Yeah, I've got 2. On the first set.
Why not have 2? Who needs just 1?
Really greedy. But only, I mean, it was purely a logistical thing in that it happened that those two stories fitted in those particular places, and then it just looks like I'm trying to take over.
Well,
welcome to the Lisa McMullin show, folks.
But Tim Foley's written, whole, box sets for Fifth Doctor, and so go for it.
So can I.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
definitely.
I don't think I've ever had two on one set before.
No, that's pretty good going. Yeah. So the Ninth Doctor adventure that's out, I think it's out in early December.
Yeah,
which
has been the Christmas story.
Yeah, because it is Christmassy as well, isn't it? Or is it that one? No. Oh, okay,
I mean, when I write these things, you never know when they're going to be released. So the fact that the 13th one has Christmas vibes and is a Christmas story and is out just before Christmas.
They should have swapped them round a little bit, yeah.
Well, you can tell them
See if you can get Nick Briggs or Jason on, and we'll have a chat.
We'll have a chat with them.
By the way, you should have done this.
Do you know what you're doing to your writers?
Yeah.
Do you know what you're putting them through? Eh?
But no, it's not. The Ninth Doctor one is not. I mean, if I'd known, I could have made it Christmassier.
Yeah, if they told you in advance, it'll be out then, yes.
Where it takes place, some of it, it would have had the potential for Christmassy elements, but no.
What can you tell us about it at the moment?
I can tell you that one of the characters has the same name, and I can say this because it's on the website, as a character from the last series, with the 15th Doctor. But it was an entirely, and I came up with mine first.
So you were there first, yeah.
I'm going to look this up.
And they're completely different characters.
So now they're plagiarising you.
Eurovision Song Contest one, the Intergalactic Song Contest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Hellion.
The Hellion. Well, I've got a Hellion in mind, but it's not the same species.
Not the same Hellion.
So that'll confuse people.
This universe ain't big enough for two Hellion.
Yeah.
Hellion.
So, is this one a slightly scary one, or
he does love a spooky hoot, Geoff?
Quite grim.
The synopsis sounds quite grim.
Quite bleak. I mean, there are obviously ridiculous jokes in it as well because I can't stop myself. And it's got. Oh, has it? Do we know which characters are in it?
Hold on. It says.
Or I say things.
Davey.
Read out the blurb.
Jackie Tyler, Polly Pemberton, and Baz / the Hellion.
Okay.
Baz.
Yeah, I don't know. Is Jackie on the front?
Oh, I love Baz.
No.
So I mean, Jackie's in it, so obviously there's got to be some nonsense, because she's just such fun to write. But I'm trying to make it a bit bleaker and a bit darker than some of the stuff, but then I say that, and then people go, well, the last thing I wrote, which was another Eccleston one, that I thought was really, really dark and gritty.
Yeah.
That a Doctor Who magazine called it a rollicking romp.
Oh. Something got lost in translation then.
I can't help myself. Everything always comes out a little bit funny.
Well, it's good to have a bit of humour to stuff.
Yeah, it makes the darkness darker.
Yeah, the synopsis for it sounds quite dark, and the last days.
I was going to say these last few with the Ninth Doctor and Rose. I think all of them have been quite grim tonally. They're it's almost like I don't know if you think this when you're writing it, but it's Chris Eccleston. He can handle a bit of this, can't he? Just give him some tough stuff, some boys from the black stuff kind of thing. He can handle it, and obviously he can. That's the thing. He can just rip it right off, and just wow. There's so much. Yeah.
When he first came back, we were like, okay, don't mention the Time War. Trauma, upbeat, jolly adventures. And now,
kind of like a weird Faulty Towers episode. Don't mention the Time War.
Because there was
him.
There was a little bit of that in Last Days of the Powell Estate, wasn't there? And he gets kind of pushed in that, and that was bloody scary. that one. Like, just superb.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next one and checking that out. So yeah, we'll have to sort the ordering out for that, Paul, and make sure we get it. Yeah. So remind us, what was the one that you wrote for the Fugitive Doctor set that came out? And we should talk about Call Me Master as well.
Oh yeah.
It was the Fugitive one was.
Oh, the Dimension of Lost Things. Yes, yeah.
Yes, that was it. Oh, that was another good one, wasn't it?
That was really good.
Oh, I tell you a story about that.
Go on.
Okay.
Oh, this is the Fugitive Doctor ends up in a dimension where lost things end up. You know, the idea that you can't find your keys, you lose your phone, you lose a person, and this is where they all end up. They fall down cracks in the universe, like cracks down the back of your sofa. And so one of the people I put in there is a guy who went missing on Everest.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And as I was writing it, Nick Briggs said to me, well, they better not find this guy. They better not find his body.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
And they discovered his foot. Just before this was released. So it was way too late. It had all been recorded.
Yeah.
Well, what they found was his shoe and a sock with his name inside it.
Yeah, because
So
I looked him up to see whether it was, based on truth as well. I can't remember if I told you, Paul. And then I was like,
you might have
oh
done,
my God, they found his foot like last week.
Yeah.
And it was really like very close to the audio having
really
come
bad
out.
Timing. I saw it on the news and went, "Oh, you are."
That's life having a little joke at your expense.
But
there.
I've worked it out in my head. It's because he lent his socks to somebody else.
Ah, yes.
There you go.
So it wasn't actually him they found. It's because he lent his socks to somebody.
But that was
just blame the Time War because
exactly.
The Time War, covers for a lot of things.
It really does.
That's pretty grim, isn't it? To think, poor guy, his foot and sock or whatever is left on the mountain.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, because it's almost like they've whatever. If there's any predators up there, they've eaten everything else, but not the sock.
Didn't want that, or the rest of his body is
look at that. No.
Somewhere. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you an equally grim story. So, which seems to be the thing we're on at the moment. So today I've been at West Horsley Place, which is where they filmed Ghosts on the BBC. So I was doing a bit of camera training and stuff like that with the people there, and we did a little demo. And they have a bag. I can't remember what they call it now, but anyway. The bag was found in the house, and it was supposedly the bag that the wife of Walter Raleigh carried his decapitated head around in. And his body's buried somewhere else, and the head was in this bag, and the head is buried in the church nearby at the house. And this is the whole thing, because he was executed, and the wife begged for the head back, and she carried it around like a labubu, So I was like, so we're looking at this bag, and I was like, so the head was in there. Yeah, I was like, it was weird back then, wasn't it? Like 350 years ago.
Just messed up.
Yeah, but it might not be true. But it is. Do you know what? There's a Doctor Who story in that.
In something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You can't just have it on a stick like candy floss or something.
Imagine that, yeah. Yes, I'd love to come to the party. Can I bring my husband's head? Do you mind? Is that right? Yeah? Good. Just put it in the punch bowl so keep an eye on things. That is pretty grim, Geoff.
That's one of those historical mysteries that the Doctor could get involved in.
It's an historical mystery.
You can have that, Lisa. Look forward to reading that one, yeah.
So, Call Me Master then, because that was pretty special as well, wasn't it? That was good. I enjoyed that.
That's just a two-hander, which is always quite fun. I wanted to just do a two-hander. I just wanted the Master and this one other character who is in my head canon. is a very particular character, which I probably won't say, but
from the show,
certainly from the Big Finish, part of the
universe,
yeah. I mean, it's out, but it would.
Yeah.
But it's there if you want to find it, and if you don't need to be in my head canon to.
Are you kind of thinking of picking up on that in a future episode? Then is that the thing?
Possibly. Maybe.
Sasha is absolutely fantastic in those audios. He's clearly, I mean, he's a hungry guy. He's chewing scenery all over the place.
So
you know,
funny. I was at that recording and
really?
watching him. He was just absolutely loving every ridiculous moment.
He's. I mean, all of the well, everyone who does Big Finish, but the 13 era cast are clearly really enjoying doing it. You probably can't say, so I don't really know why I'm asking this, but do you know if there's any more Master and Fugitive stuff coming? I know there's a sort of a BBC Fugitive thing coming out that's not a Big Finish thing, but
BBC audio, but
what's it called? Cyber something. There's like a big multimedia thing. But I feel like we've got 4 great box sets, across these, and then there's nothing else announced. And I've been robbed and cheated and shortchanged here.
Jeff.
I mean, at least we've got 13 herself for another year and a half, I think. So that's
the time. I'm never quite sure of what the time is that these things will be released over.
Tell you what, Big Finish, do they not have like a massive planning wall? Like that takes up the entirety of one building?
I'm not privy to it.
No, they keep under lock and key, like behind one of those massive safe doors that you got to pull out with a special key code, like Stranger Things or something.
There's a whole big spreadsheet. Somewhere.
Some monstrous spreadsheet.
Yeah,
it's so full of data. It's actually come alive and it's starting to take over things. And
you can have that one as well.
Thank you. I'll have that.
To be fair, that's probably not going to go very far beyond that.
So, if someone said to you, I want to start listening to Big Finish, what would be one story that you'd recommend to them? Yours or someone else's?
If they'd never heard of Big Finish before and they said, Lisa, where should I start? What's a good one?
Okay, but they've heard of Doctor Who.
Yes.
We'll
do that. But they've heard of Doctor Who, but there's no more Doctor Who on telly for a little while, until Christmas next year. They want to get their fix. They've heard about this Big Finish. What's a good story, Lisa? Whether it's one of your own or someone else's, entirely up to you. What do you think?
Lionesses in Winter.
My go-to, which is just probably most people's go-to, is always Chimes.
Chimes at Midnight!
Which I haven't read yet, but
because I've read the book. Actually.
It's magic, and it's got that again in time for Christmas. Thanks, Robin, for the royalties.
That is a good one, isn't it? That was one of the kind of early, wasn't it? That was an early release.
It feels like it's standalone. You don't need, even though Charlie's in it, you don't need her backstory. You don't need to have seen the Eighth Doctor film. I think you can just come into it knowing what Doctor Who is about and just love that. It's a really self-contained, spooky Christmas.
I haven't listened to that for a while.
Jeff, mate, you love a spooky Who.
I have listened to it, just not for a while.
I'm going to say, that's all right then. Phew.
I'll load it up on my app.
About to disavow you from the podcast
to read
there.
The book. It's done with the novelisation of it. Probably that, and then I don't have to pick one of my own because that's hideous. Picking one of your children.
We could put you on the spot and say, Lisa, if it was one of your own, what would it be?
Well, actually, one of our questions was: is there a story that you've written that you're especially proud of?
That's a much better way to put it.
There's always two that I mention. One is the Ninth Doctor Girl Interrupted. No, Girl Deconstructed. I always say Girl Interrupted. That's not what it's called. That's a film with Winona Ryder in it.
Yeah.
Blimey neck. And then I wrote one of the 11th Doctor Chronicles with Jake Dugman and Saf Ingar called Broken Hearts, which I love. And again, it's a two-hander, although there are 4 characters in it. But I was really proud of that because I wrote it in direct response to one of James Goss's stories, which made me so furious and angry.
She triggered you, basically, into writing a story.
And it's download only because they'd already got the
orders done now.
Disc set sorted. But I kind of... I always think I insisted. The producer tells me that they asked me to do it. But I think in my head I was so incensed by James's story, which is a brilliant story, but the Doctor does things in it that just really got my goat.
Which story is it?
It's Curiosity Shop.
I don't know that one.
And it's the end of the second box set in that series. Actually, that whole series, the 11th Doctor Chronicles with Jake and Saf, it's such a good series. It's the closest thing to a TV series of Doctor Who that Big Finish has done.
You're selling it to me now.
Yeah, I've not listened to that stuff. That's with the
honestly,
audio
you
only.
Tell the difference.
He's good, isn't he?
So
Jake
good.
He is good. Yeah.
The new guy sounds really good as well.
How
are there so many of them? Are they all secretly Matt Smith?
yeah,
in different form. But Jacob Dubman, he did the 12th Doctor as well, didn't he? And he was as good with that as he was with the 11th. Who's just extraordinary talent.
Yeah, he is really good. He's stopped doing it now, hasn't he?
He's in
apparently so.
He's in the new Alan Bennett film with The Great and the Good of the British.
Right.
That's good.
At the moment.
Okay, that's good.
Was he in there as a unique character, not as the Doctor or anything like that? Obviously, that would be silly, wouldn't it?
What, in the Alan Bennett film?
Yeah.
Yes, turn up and sound like the 12th Doctor.
No, I think he's just playing something not Doctor Who related.
Something else,
because as you pointed out, there are other things to watch. That
I know. I mean,
apparently so. Yeah.
Oh, well, you said it, not me.
Yeah, Geoff said it.
It's alarming to discover that, but
yeah. I'll tell you what else I'm enjoying as well. Actually, though this is Doctor Who related, is Robots. You know, the Caldor sort of spin-off with Nicola Walker.
Oh,
because you've written one of those, haven't you? You've written one in season 3, which I haven't read, which I haven't got onto yet, because I've just done season 2. So I'm looking forward. So yours is A Matter of Conscience, the finale story of season 3, is it not?
Is it?
Yeah, apparently so. I've just seen it on the website. But I'll tell you what I love about this, and I'm going to ask you a question about it, which is about... No, please don't ask me. But it's like... because they don't involve the Doctor, you can kind of take the stories in a direction that you probably couldn't or wouldn't do if the Doctor was central to it and had to resolve it. So a lot of these things can be unresolved and they can lead to big things. And what I love about this series is there are some really big, almost explorations of the growth of artificial intelligence in a society that is not too different to ours. Was that sort of the kind of brief that you were given for this story, or the ideas that you had?
It's prescient when you. I mean, I can't remember a good few years ago that
they're a few years old, aren't they? Yeah.
But it is. It's about artificial intelligence and the extremes that people go. I know, and that whole argument that we're having at the moment about is it a good thing? To what extent is it taking something from us? I mean,
is it reducing us in some way? And
I hope we don't end up in the same situation as they do on the Andor, because that's really quite drastic. But yeah, and to what extent is... There's some bizarre stories coming out, aren't there, about people who say that they are dating...
Oh, yeah.
GTP characters, or that they're friends with them, and there's
few people have taken their own life in response to sort of guidance from
I know, it's scary.
ChatGPT and stuff.
And the robot series does dive into that darkness, but before we really knew that it was coming so quickly.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is it? And I think it's one thing you've all the writers in that series have got is how quickly that acceleration generates further acceleration. So it just, it's that old cliche of exponential growth, isn't it? But and what I also like is the kind of, a lot of the stories explore what goes wrong, obviously, because that's where great conflict and everything else is, that powers of drama. But you kind of see some of these things sort of happening now, like you were just saying, and it's, some of the things that these large language models are telling people to do is kind of extraordinary, and it's totally unregulated. It's just, The
thing is, it's not intelligence. It's not. It can only respond to
what's already out there.
Input. It can't actually think for itself.
Not yet.
No.
Yeah, but I don't think it ever will be able to think.
Interesting.
Well, I don't. I mean,
who knows?
That's 2 years time.
But that's the thing, isn't it? Because at the moment, what we have is some very complex, reasonably intelligent algorithms that feed off massive amounts of data, and that big data is just being added to more and more and more. They're going to now put servers on the moon or something. So it's at which point then does it start generating its own? Does it start reproducing itself, and thinking for itself?
A friend of mine sent me a text message, which I didn't take kindly to. She'd asked ChatGTP to write a Big Finish Doctor Who story in the style of McMullin. And it did.
Really?
No, seriously.
It wrote an 8th Doctor story. It invented a companion and an alien threat, and it, at the start of this said, Lisa McMullin is known for her warm human comedy, and then just, it wasn't good.
Yeah,
that's a relief.
It is really so. Paul knows
Geoff's not a fan of AI.
Effing hate AI. As a creative, I feel the threat is pretty immense. But I saw a comic artist post a while ago, and he said, I asked ChatGPT or one of them to create a picture of Scarlet Witch in my style, and it did this image that looked exactly like his style, which is very distinctive, apart from the 6 fingers on the hand coming out, which is always the giveaway. But I was like, so all this stuff has just taken this guy's work and
stealing.
Yeah, it is.
People's ideas.
I think a number of other artists have kind of sued back on these things, and I saw the other day Morgan Freeman is suing someone or other because they were using his likeness without his permission in something, and he said, this is my livelihood, this is my income. Oh well, you've got millions, but it's not about that. It's about the fact that he's been taken and used to sell something without permission, without credit and all that. But then on the flip side of that, you've got Michael Caine signing up to an AI voice thing, so you could recreate his voice through AI, so he will live forever through it. I honestly, I can't get my head around it, but I won't talk about it anymore. I'll get upset.
He's quite passionate on this. Yeah, you will.
Concern. It's lovely when people like, who's the Frankenstein guy? Guillermo del Toro.
Del Toro, yeah.
Being very vocal about how much he hates the idea.
I wasn't going to get onto my other obsession of Avatar, but the new film apparently starts with a title card that says there was no generative AI used in this film. So, they're people are pushing back, but then I just saw tonight that Ron Howard has signed up with some AI thing to help make his next film. So
I think, I mean, I'm kind of
happy
on
days for him.
I'm sort of on not on the fence, but I think right. So I think when it comes to the artistic side and the creative side, I think you're absolutely right. I think that should be that's just a no-go. But on the other hand, I mean, I use a bit of AI in some of my day-to-day stuff, but it's as a tool. It doesn't generate anything, right? It just speeds up the workflow of my stuff, so I can get almost a week's work done in probably about a day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, which frees me up to do other stuff.
AI as a sort of cover-all, don't you? Whereas it's just
that's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there should be.
AI is on everything, and I don't think actually a lot of it is truthfully AI.
No, exactly.
But they put it on there and it's a buzzword, And I
think the things like ChatGPT, where they're what they call large language models, and they're mostly just pulling stuff that already exists off the internet. So in the one way, you could argue that I could spend like days of researching a thing, going and finding out what websites I need to look at, reading through paragraphs of text,
interesting things, and feeding your brain instead.
Yes, I agree. But then you could also be reading a whole lot of guff alongside it as well. Whereas the ChatGPT could just tell you, just scrape it for what you tell it to scrape, and then you've got it all there. And it's fine if you've got if you're doing it for leisure for yourself and you want to do that investigative thing. But when you're on a deadline, then that's quite an easy kind of route to take, is it not? But this is the thinking behind it, isn't it?
Like the environmental.
Oh, do you know, I was reading about that recently. I was quite
there's a climate impact
about the power.
Like we've got,
we got these.
Searches. Is that not enough?
Yeah,
it's not difficult to find out anything, is it?
No, agreed. But it can take time, and I think that's the thing, because so many people. I mean, we're always being told that people don't have the attention span that we used to have like a generation ago.
I am
kids
now
these
bored
days.
of this conversation.
I think it's quite interesting. Look,
no,
as
I'm
I said,
joking. Yeah,
I'm neither for nor against it in some way. I'm kind of just, I do use a little bit of it, but I'm not into the creative stuff. Except where it allows me to visualize something and create something that I just don't have the skills to do for my own purposes. I wouldn't go out and sell it and stuff like that. But my feeling is it's not going away. So on the one hand, we've got to find some way to compartmentalize and regulate it and actually use it for the power of good for humanity. Whether that actually happens, I doubt it. As Sons of Kaldor and everything else, the robot series has told us, just bringing it back on the topic. Sorry, it's my fault. I just love all that. I think it's just a mine of, sort of the moral debate of it. It's just something to really dig into and explore. I love it.
The Sons of Kaldor thing, because are they a terrorist organisation or are they freedom fighters?
Yeah.
That idea that it's two sides of the same coin, but yeah.
And it's very kind of Blake Seven almost in the way it looks at that kind of thing, which is great because the robots of Kaldor began with Chris Boucher, right, who was instrumental in shaping Blake Seven, back in the day, and I love again that sort of tone is almost there in those in that series. So I'm very much looking forward to getting onto yours, which I will do soon. For sure, yes. I'm looking forward to it.
What it's about.
It was a while ago, wasn't it? But that's the thing. You've written so much stuff, as Geoff mentioned. You've written for Missy, you've written for Sasha's Master, you've written Time War, you've written for Derek Jacobi's Master. Your words have given voice to so many people over the years. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great.
It's very cool. Yeah, it is. So my teenage self would be just beside herself, giddy. I have to remind myself of that because when you're in it and you're like, oh, I've got a deadline. Oh no,
deadlines.
And then you have to go. Come on now. Some people are working for a living.
Well, yeah,
Some people would kill for this job.
Yeah, it is work, but it's fun, and exciting. Yeah. When we last chatted, you mentioned that you were developing your own original project for TV.
So millions of them on the go.
Anything sort of come off yet? Then is it kind of working its way you want it to be?
Oh, it's
just hard,
slow blooming process to TV development. They churn on. They move in tiny increments forward. So yeah, keep watching this space. In the meantime, I'll write on other people's shows. But yeah, I've still got the stuff in development I had the last time we spoke.
That doesn't surprise me in some ways. It's often not quick on things, is it?
People on chat shows going, well, we first had this idea 7 years ago, and you're like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Well, look how long Avatar there's been. Avatar 2 took to
I wasn't going to bring it up again, but I've been reading John Landau's autobiography. He was the producer. Passed away last year, and it's a really interesting book. But he worked on like Dick Tracy, Honey I Shrunk the Kids, Titanic, and Avatar and stuff. And he talks a bit in there about how challenging getting even those films made was, and the time it took, and in literally digging out the script of Avatar from a drawer at their offices one day, and still. Not being able to convince people to put the money up for it, and you think, these films went on to make billions, literally, and obviously it's operating at a very different level, but even those guys who had a track record couldn't get people to commit to stuff with them, and they had other projects. They mentioned a number of films that scripts were done and then things fell apart, and it's quite surprising when you read about someone like that who's been successful and big and things, but even they can't get stuff made, and even all the way to release, the studio thought Avatar was not going to work, and they wanted them to chop huge bits out of it, and they just didn't get it, and then of course the money starts coming in, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, but yeah, it's very interesting how long a lot of this stuff can take. And not just the production, but the entire writing, selling it, getting people interested.
Usually financing that is the big issue, because people don't want to part with their money. It's a risky investment, and especially at the moment.
You can see why there's so many sequels and remakes and stuff, because
people want a guaranteed seller.
They're scared, box office attendance is still down. People are accustomed to just waiting for streaming these days.
Well, exactly. If you can wait and see it for free, or if you're already paying for a streaming service and the big blockbuster is going to be on that next week, why are you going to fork out 10, 15 pounds to go to the cinema to watch it? Yeah.
So they've done it to themselves in some ways, but
But cinemas could capitalise on that in some way. They could, they could take what they do, because they're, the cinema experience, right, aside from the consumables they sell and the fact you can buy a ticket online, hasn't actually changed in like a century. You know what I mean? It's still, you rock up there, you sit in tiered seating, it's a comfy seat, you watch a big screen. And okay, the sound technology's got better and everything else, but essentially it's still the same. So what can they do? There's got to be something they can do to make that experience more of a destination and an attraction.
I'll tell you what they can do.
Go on then. What?
They can make an Avatar Banshee popcorn cup.
God.
I don't even need it, but I think I might have to buy it. And then I saw how much it was, and I was like, oh dear, I don't think my wife would be pleased if I came
And it's got to be workable financially. That's the key thing. That can just roll it out globally. Tell you what, we're coming out with some worldwide fixes here tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Blimey.
The future is now a whole different ball game.
Yeah, totally. Hey, there's a good thing, eh? It's all good. Right, now I think it's time, is it not, Geoff?
Oh, it is
to move on to our brand new feature. So it's not brand new.
It's not brand new. It's brand new for Lisa, probably.
Now. Brand new for Lisa.
Brace yourself for this theme tune, okay?
It's quite immense.
The Time Space Visualizer.
Okay, what?
I mean, that took seconds to make.
That's the best thing that's happened to me all day.
That's pretty good, isn't it? Eh? To tell you what, we're world class now. I'll tell you, we've moved up a level since we were last on.
Yeah.
But no, welcome to the Time Space Visualizer. This is the section of our little podcast where we talk about other things than Doctor Who. What's been keeping us entertained. Sorry, I nearly swallowed my tonsils there. Go on, Geoff, you do it. I've lost it, mate. I've lost it. Go on.
This is where we talk about things that we've watched or read, or maybe games we've played, or things that we've done in the recent past that are not Doctor Who related, to talk about other stuff and maybe, give listeners something that they might go, oh, that sounds good. I'll check it out.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. I don't think they sound like that.
No, it's me. That's me. I sound like that.
That's your real voice.
That's my real voice.
Yeah, that's why I say to the kids, this is what I really sound like.
It's just getting silly now. Anyway, so let's start with Lisa then. Come on, Lisa. What have you been watching, listening to, playing, visiting outside of hours?
My favourite thing this year and the last couple of years is Slow Horses, which everybody probably says. One of the greatest things ever to grace television.
Yes.
Just because I love the characters. I don't even care about the spy plots. I don't care what on earth. Most of the time I can't follow them anyway.
I'd be quite involved.
I'm just there for the banter between the characters, and to watch Kristen Scott Thomas sort of swan around, being just effortlessly cool and knowing exactly how to run MI5. See, I don't know if you know if it's MI5 or MI6. One of them.
It's one of them. Yeah.
An MI.
Yeah.
And she's just
she's fabulous.
Brilliant. She makes me want to join the secret services so that I can rise to the dizzy ranks. Because I'd want to be on that side. You don't want to work in Slough House with the slow. You
want to be first desk, don't you? Basically,
exactly. You don't want to be sniffing Gary Oldman's.
No. Are you up to date on it then? Have you caught up with season 5?
Yeah.
I thought that was
devoured it as soon as it came out.
Yeah, you kind of have to, don't you? Really. Was it the final shot when he's got his feet up and he takes his socks off? That was quite
so good.
It's quite a thing, wasn't it?
Because it's really funny, but it does have some little moments of poignancy.
It does, that was one of them, you think. Because when he talks about that story, Jeff's looking blank now, sorry, Geoff.
Yeah,
when he talks about that story of how...
He's not seen it!
Ah, mate.
You've got to, it's brilliant. It
is really good.
Our pal Al Dewar, who runs the Doctor Who figure line, he really loves it as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Mate, it's awesome.
He was telling us about it.
It's so good.
Do you have a favourite series within the 5? Or do you like them all equally, do you think?
No.
They're all just good. But they are. They're great. Yeah.
I just think it's really good escapist TV. It's what you watch. You get the same vibe from it that you get when you're watching Doctor Who. You just want to be with those characters.
Totally agree.
You want to know them and spend time with them, even though some of them are just grim.
Oh, they are. Yeah. Oh, what's his name? It's only blown me watching it the other night as well. IT guy.
Oh no, I can't think of it.
For fuck's sake.
because he's just. He makes people.
A nightmare.
But
it's an absolute nightmare.
But there are moments where you... Roddy.
There you go.
There are moments where you still go, oh... There are some little moments where I felt almost sorry for him.
Yeah. And then he just comes out with something ridiculous that you think, he's such a cock.
Yeah. Just the characterization. Superb. That's my go-to favourite. I find Apple TV, just to plug Apple TV, have all the best stuff at the moment.
What were we saying, Geoff? Was it only in that podcast, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, you were talking about Invasion.
And Foundation,
Yeah, so good. Which one? Yeah.
Foundation.
The go-to sci-fi channel.
Totally.
I watched Pluribus, the new...
I want to see it. I haven't got Apple, so I can't watch it.
Because they've been trailing it, haven't they, quite a bit?
Yeah. I've only seen 2 episodes. I think there's only been 2 episodes released yet. I have no idea where it's going, but because it's Vince Gilligan, I'm just trusting that he knows
it's going to be good. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, I'm waiting till
it. But I can't imagine how they. I've got no idea how it's going to play out. But, yeah.
I'm gonna binge that one when they're all out. I'll binge it. It's what I tend to do these things because I just can't handle cliffhangers lately.
I'm enjoying when they drop something week by week, so you've got something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll say what else I watched that I really loved: Peacemaker, which is the James series. It's like superheroes, but after
nothing.
Hours,
yeah.
Because he was in Suicide Squad, wasn't he? Or the Suicide Squad, and he definitely made his mark on that. That's for sure.
That's a really good. That's a top tip if you like superhero stuff, and you want it a bit darker and nastier.
Funnier. Really. Sure, we recorded that because it was on Sky. It started on Sky a few years ago. It's like series 3 or something now, isn't it?
I watched it on Now TV.
Was it? Yeah.
Yes, it probably was a Sky one.
I never got around to watching it. That's the thing. It's like because my daughter's mad on Arrowverse and DC stuff, so she set up the recording for it, and then we realised it was an 18. And she wasn't 18 then, so it was like, well, do you know what? Watch it? And I thought, well, I'm sure it's fine. And I watched one episode and I thought, probably not fine for a 16-year-old. No, probably not. She can take some hardcore stuff, but that's maybe a little bit much. And it's all done in the it's the joke of it, it's the comedy of the gore and everything else.
It's very funny. In fact, she could probably watch it without you knowing.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think you could endorse it, but
of course not. As a responsible parent,
as a 16-year-old, I definitely. Watching
Although she did get in to see Suicide Squad because that was a 15, I think, and she wasn't quite 15.
Yeah.
And the manager took exception. He came over and stopped her going in, and I shouted him down in the middle of the cinema because she didn't have an ID with her because she wasn't actually 15. Yeah. I said, "Of course she's 15. Look at her. What's the matter with you? Do you have children?" And just created such a scene that he just let us through just to shut up. So. Get in.
I guess if you're with your dad, then your responsibility. Yeah.
So you got all this to come, Geoff.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So what have you been up to then, Geoff? What's been keeping you busy since last time?
Well, mostly a lot of work again. I've managed to watch 3/4 of Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning, which I have seen. I saw it in the cinema, and it's great. It has a really sort of big kind of they're screwed vibe to it. There's an AI sort of element to it as well. It takes a little while to. It's not as actiony as the one before it, and it takes a little while to kind of build up and move all these pieces into place. But then when it does get going with the sort of the action bits, like the submarine sequence and then the plane stuff, it's just brilliantly done. And also I am interested in, like, they just sort of make up a lot of it as they go along, and they film like they had what do they call it? It was the London Embassy, but it was a natural history museum, and then they had like in the last one an airport in Dubai, but it was actually a shopping mall in Manchester. So from a production point of view, I find it really interesting. It looks fantastic, but actually there's almost no sets to it. It's all real places, and places are doubling for things, and like they use the Excel in one of the films as a train station. So I find that really interesting. But yeah, they're great. Cruise is brilliant. I think McHugh is a great director and writer as well. So
it's interesting, actually, because they filmed a bit of that down the road from me.
Oh, they did, didn't they, for the last
on the
film?
hill. Yeah,
with the train,
I want to see it because I want to know what bit in the film that is and whether it's actually still in there or on the cutting floor or something, because I recognise it. I'll stand up in the cinema and point.
They
loudly.
Do like in Fallout. They had they had a whole bit in Fallout with a car chase and rolling cars and stuff that they just cut in the end because it didn't serve the story, and they changed things. So it's very interesting how they make them. There's a loose plan. Essentially, what happens is Tom goes, "McHugh, I want to do this. Dangle off a biplane," and he goes, "Okay." and then they have to find a way to make it
around his stuff.
Yeah. Which, you know, if you're going to go and, you know, do mad stuff like that for our entertainment, you know, go for it.
Go right ahead, Tom. Yeah, whatever you want, pal. Whatever you want. Interesting. That's quite, because I know you like the Mission Impossible
I do,
films, don't you? I like them, actually. It's only the first one.
The last two yet.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen the very last one. But
they are separate films, but also part of a bigger thing, so it's not like a cliffhanger per se in the previous one.
Well, they were conceived as being part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, and if you watch them, you know, together, it would really be a great kind of whole and pay off. So when you've not got 2 years or something between them, you know, I think it will pay off really nicely. So yeah, check them out when you can.
Good fun. Yeah. Well, do you want to know what I've been watching? What I've been doing?
Not interested.
No, that's fine. I don't care.
Is it Foundation?
No, Foundation's finished. I finished that weeks ago, mate. Yeah. I'd moved on to Invasion.
Yeah, that's my next thing.
But I've kind of put a pause on that because I'm back on. It's going to sound really boring actually, but I'm back on Stranger Things because there's a new series 5 of that is out at the end of this month. And my daughter said she started watching. She goes, "I'm going to watch the whole thing before." Shush. She goes, "I'm watching the whole thing," and I thought, I can't do that. I ain't got time for that, for one thing. There's no chance. I'll just pick up series 5. And then I sat down with it, and I came in like halfway through one of the episodes in the first series that she was watching, and I just got straight back into it. So I've been home alone this weekend, right? Because the girls are off at uni, my wife's off with her mum to do Christmas shopping, and I'm home alone, right? So I spent all of Saturday watching the entire series 1, almost back to back. I mean, it nearly killed me, like cognitively. Basically, right? It upset the way my brain functions because everything in the house was filled with demogorgons. So being on my own, right, in the middle of the night, the cat's got this thing where he just jumps on your face and wakes you up to feed him and let him out. And he did that, and I just freaked out completely.
I did that with The Walking Dead. I watched too many of them.
Oh my gosh!
I just wanted to stab everybody in the head.
Who says TV influencers, people like that? No chance. No. But do you know what? It reminded me how much I actually love it because, like, I've got this, you know, this elitist thing, right? When I first watched Stranger Things years and years ago, it's before it was a big thing. It was just a thing on Netflix, and I was one of the first people I know within my little circle of old geezers, right, to watch Netflix and subscribe to it and stuff like that. So I was one of the first people to watch Stranger Things, I think, and nobody'd heard about it. And what I love about that first series is how cheap and yet how brilliant it is, because everything relies on 3 things: the bonds you have with the characters, those group of kids, because you just love them all from the moment they walk onto the screen. The story, the power of the story itself, the mystery and the horror and everything else that develops, you know, what's at the heart of this, what's actually going on. And then the third part of that is the nostalgia factor of having everything that you remember from the 80s just thrown in, just pile it right in there. There's Terminator, there's Nightmare on Elm Street, there's The Goonies, there's E.T., everything. Back to the Future now. And I'm on series 2 now. I just watched it before we jumped on tonight. And it was just aliens. There was a sequence in there, right, from series 2, which is just aliens. And it is beautifully done. They know what they're doing, you know, and I just love it. So I'm back in the zone of Stranger Things now, and it's a good place to be, if a little bit scary.
Series. The idea of doing, like you said, it seems a lot of telly to sit through, watch it all again.
It does. That's why I wasn't going to do it. But now I've started it, I can't stop. I am going to go through the distance, and it might destroy me. It might destroy the cat. But if he does that again, like he did last night, he's not going to survive it. I'll tell you now.
Then he got himself to blame.
Exactly. So yeah, it's kind of it's overtaken me a little bit just now. I have to say. So, but yeah, definitely looking forward to series 5. You've never watched it, Geoff, have you? Come on.
No, I watched the first series, and I thought I'd really love it, but I didn't. And then I watched one episode of series 2 and thought, don't care. And it just didn't get me, and I really thought it would. I sort of get a bit over the kind of 80s thing and stuff, you know, because after Strange Things came out, a lot of things were kids on their bikes in, you know, American suburbia and stuff. So I think that slightly put me off a little bit. But I have seen little bits of it since, like online and stuff, and I do think, maybe I would enjoy it if I watched it, but yeah, I just haven't done it. Yeah.
So things to watch.
That's that.
Oh well, fair enough. Fair enough.
Maybe in a year's time I'll go, do you know what I've just watched? Stranger Things. It's really good. I am proper late to that one.
Oh dear. There you go. Yeah, that's a definite late to the party finished, man.
Yeah.
Party's over. Where are you, man? Dude, everyone's gone home.
It's taken them 9 years to make 5 series, which is a
there is
whole
that. They've all
thing
grown
in
up
itself.
a bit. Yeah. But
it's nearly there, and I hope it's good. I hope it worries me that it will never live up to the expectations that the fans have on it.
I don't know,
but I really hope that's not the case with it.
I mean, series 4. Do you watch Stranger Things, Lisa?
Yeah, I love it. I thought series 4 was possibly my favourite.
Yeah,
out of all of them.
It was just, I mean, it was so emotional in parts. Me and my daughter were watching it, like, just, you know, and is it Max when she gets dragged into the underworld and that? But the power of it, the emotional weight of all of that, as well as all the CGI type stuff and everything else, was just so strong.
Characters, I love characters.
Yeah. Geoff, man, you're missing out.
Yeah, one day.
Big time, mate. One day.
On slow horses.
Yeah,
slow horses. Yeah. I've got a friend of mine who loves spy fiction. He's James Bond and, you know, everything, you know, Len Dayton and all of that. He's never watched Slow Horses either, and he loves Gary Oldman. I'm like, dude, it's so far up your street. You might as well take a house there, rent a flat. And you haven't even watched it. Yeah, I'll get round to it. Do it now! You know? So that was a bit loud, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Frighten everybody up. You know? It's getting a bit late now, isn't it? I don't know, and things start happening crazy time. But it's been a lot of fun. I've had fun tonight.
Thank you. This has been great. Thank you for coming back and joining us again. And we'll do it again soon. Perhaps not in 2 years. You know, a bit sooner than that.
Actually, it sounds.
I know.
As I went back through my emails. When was this? Like, oh my god! Doesn't long ago, but.
No, it didn't. And when I looked up for your email, I was like, "Oh, crikey, that was a while ago." And it's not that we sort of like, well, I've done that, you know, but just sort of think, well, we don't want to bother people, and perhaps they won't want to come back again. So it was lovely that you said yes. So yeah, appreciate it.
Definitely, yeah. Thanks.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been good.
What top tips did I get to? Oh, Mission Impossible, the last 2 films. That's my.
There you go.
To.
That's your takeout for tonight.
Yeah.
Mission
if you watch
Impossible.
them, let us know what you think.
I will do.
I'd like to know.
A long.
Yeah, that'll
That's
be
a marathon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably about 6 hours, just under 5.5 maybe. Yeah. I bet it's worth it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Brilliant. On that note, right. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us once again. It's been an absolute delight and a pleasure, and we're looking forward to seeing more of your stuff from Big Finish, and hopefully one day, please let it be on the TV, your own special thing. We would be loving to see that. Yeah, that'd be great. Listeners, thank you for listening. Watchers, thank you for watching. It's been a blast having you along with us. Make sure that you tune in next time to see yet another amazing Who Corner to Corner podcast.
See you then.
I just thought I'd do an evil laugh at the end of it. I don't know why. I've never done it before.
No,
probably won't do it again.
Don't do that again.